Hey, this is Brent with Lykins Motorsports. If you watched the video from yesterday, you'll see the assembly of our CHI 225cc 3V heads for our, I think I messed up and said 470 cubic inches. I think it's actually 464, but what's 6 cubic inches between friends, right? So, got the heads assembled and mentioned that I had some T&D rocker arms. And a couple of you have piped up and said we'd really like to see what those rocker arms look like. So here they are. And that'll give me an opportunity to say a few things about these. T&D, Jessel, all bulletproof parts as far as I'm concerned. On this engine, we went with a 1:8 ratio on the intake and a 1:7 on the exhaust. I really like the higher ratios for the intake valve. You get more valve action. Snap that valve open and get it going. So on these racier engines where you got a lot of lift and can make it all work together, I prefer the larger ratios on the intake side. So the way that these are made, the intake rockers are all on this common bar, and I want to start stripping away these exhaust rockers so that you can see. So you can see how they're made. The intake rocker is just on one bar. These holes are for your push rods. If you remember, you can look back on the video. This plane for where you would normally put a guide plate is multiple angle. So this bar actually sits on this guide plate mating surface up here. That's why it looks so funky right here, because these are actually cannon valve and your guide plate is actually cannoned as well. So you have the common bar. If you remove these rocker arms, you'll see the bolt holes in the stand. Those bolt to your rocker stud holes. And then these are called individual paired rockers. So each rocker is by itself. It just bolts to this common bar with these two little 3/8 nuts. And some of the older T&D rocker systems, they had split bars, and you had to get everything set up the way that you wanted it and get the geometry right, and then weld everything together so it wouldn't rotate. These are made a little bit different than how they used to be. So here's the entire intake system. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. The entire intake system, again, just on this one bar. Then you have these little holes here, which made up with the hole right here on your exhaust stand. So all that bolts together. Nothing can rotate or spin. Your exhaust stand has the mounting hole in the bottom of it. It would basically bolt down here and hit here, which would counter any rotating force on that. So just a real beefy setup. And for setups like this where you're running RPM and spring load, this is the best way to go. No stud girdles needed. You know, nothing silly needed. So just bulletproof everywhere. So the only thing left to do will be to check out the geometry once we get everything on the engine mocked up. And I can tell that it's probably pretty stinking close by just where it's sitting right now. We may have to shim up a little bit or something like that, but shims and everything are really easy to get with these, because T&D and Jessel, those guys know that you're going to be messing around with the geometry a little bit. So just wanted to show that bulletproof setup, and this will be waiting for us when we can progress a little bit further on the engine. Next step will be getting rotating assembly balanced. I've already checked piston and valve clearance. Cam is degreed So we're in kind of full assembly mode here as soon as we can get some other things checked off. All right, guys, hope you're having a good weekend. Talk to you soon.